Hey, everybody in the multiverse and beyond. This is your friend forever, Evan Lefavor. And I'm here to give you the inside scoop on some top secret info on the newest, most revolutionary interactive entertainment experience that has ever been created yet. And it hasn't been created yet, but you're seeing this video because I'm letting you in on what is going to change interactive entertainment in video games forever. And this is just the first game that's going to officially utilize this technology. So what's that technology? Well, I've created a new technology called SpeakThink Technology, where you use your voice to interact with the game world and have full conversations with the characters within the game. All right. So this is going to revolutionize interactive entertainment forever. All right. So what is the game, huh? What's the name of the game? What is this game all about? Ooh-wee. The name of the game is Night of the Living Dead. That's right. We are going to make the best adaptation of Night of the Living Dead ever, the interactive entertainment video game version of Night of the Living Dead. So I know what you're saying, and I was thinking it too. There's so many zombie games out there. Zombie game, all right? Ever since Zombies Ate My Neighbors on the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and then, of course, Resident Evil, we've been up to our necks in zombie games for decades now. And honestly, zombie game fatigue and zombie fatigue in general has started to emerge with a lot of people. So, be that as it may, that's not going to dissuade me from making this game, and I'm going to tell you why. All right? Because, while all these different zombie games over the years have captured the spirit of different aspects of the spirit of the zombie film and what makes zombie films good, we haven't really had one game that puts it all together and really gives you the simulation of being inside of a zombie movie. Like we've had Telltale Games, the Walking Dead franchise, which really did capture that importance of the zombie film genre, where it's more about the human and human interactions and how these characters get along or don't get along and how they survive together. And it allowed you to make these choices that impacted how the flow of the story would emerge. And those games really, really nailed that aspect of the zombie films. But it really was light on the aspect of the action and the really being in control of the experience. Then you have games like Resident Evil 2 and the Resident Evil franchise and Dead Island and all these zombie games that, and the whole thing is they've captured the action elements, the horror, the scariness, the actual interaction with the zombies element. But they've never really captured that element of the, working together with the other humans and the whole inner drama of all that and the whole experience. So none of these games have ever really fully captured the essence of what makes zombie films so good. But this game, Night of the Living Dead, this interactive entertainment experience is going to do that and then some. So check this out. Let me break it down to you what separates Night of the Living Dead from the pack, okay? So first of all, Night of the Living Dead is a 24-hour long game. From start to finish, the game lasts exactly 24 hours, and you are playing the game in real time. The events of the game happen in real time. So it starts at the morning that the zombie outbreak is beginning. You go all throughout the night, and then into the dawn and the morning, the next morning. So you start out, but a crucial part is you, the gamer, you get to fully customize who your character is. All right? You get to choose how they look, what their gender identity is, everything about them. So you can make it you can put yourself in the game, you can create a unique character, any character that you can think of, right? And you can even just describe what the aspects of this character, like personality traits or past experiences. You can just say it while you're making the character using your voice, okay? So once you create your character, you start out the day, all right? And the game, it plays like a third person or first person experience. There's different modes. You can switch the camera modes on the fly. And, you're basically, there's action elements, okay? Yes, there's melee things. You can, attack things with anything in the environment. You can wield weapons. You can search through things. You can do anything. And you can talk to other characters. So the game features full voice recognition through what I call SpeakThink Technology. And SpeakThink Technology allows you to have full conversations with all the characters in the game. All right. And they'll understand everything you're saying. It'll feel just like you're talking to a real person and a very normal conversation. And but that it doesn't end there. SpeakThink Technology goes even farther than that, into controlling the game itself. So the revolutionary part of SpeakThink Technology in Night of the Living Dead is going to be the first game to fully implement this, is that we have what's known as the action button. The action button allows you to do anything in the game with the touch of one button. So instead of having only a few buttons where there's these different things assigned, different actions assigned to the button, predetermined actions, and having to figure it all out, you have one button. So what happens when you push this one button? When you push the action button, the game pauses. The game world pauses, and you use your voice to describe what you want your character to do. You can tell them you want them to do anything you can dream of, okay? If there's a can of pop on the table, say, grab can of pop, shake it up and down and throw it against the wall. And then you release the action button and your character will do the exact action that you prompted them to do, okay? So if you wanted to throw that bottle of pop at the wall, or if you wanted to throw it right at someone's head that you were having an argument with, or at a zombie, you can do that. You can do anything you describe, and your character will do it. Okay? And not only that, you can customize your controls with your voice as well. Okay? There's another button. When you hold that down, it'll customize your controls. So you can, aim your gun manually, like a first person or third person shooter, by aiming with the thumbstick, or you can, so if you have a gun, you can say, hey, shoot that zombie in the head, or you can say, hey, let me wield the gun, and then you will actually wield it like you're playing Resident Evil or something. It depends on how hands-on you want to be with some of these action elements. So, like, you're going to be able to do anything in this game. Pick up anything in the environment, throw it on a zombie, okay? Throw it at a zombie, attack a zombie in a specific region, okay? You want to go for his knee, okay? You say, hey, you hit the action button and you say, pick up that golf club and swing it at that zombie's kneecap. And you release the action button, your character runs over there, grabs that golf club, and boom, goes over to that zombie and boom, right in the kneecap, okay? And you can push the action button at any time. And it'll pause gameplay and allow you to prompt the game using your voice to do whatever. So anyway, back to the game. You make your way, it's the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. Your character gets into an incident that leads them to this farmhouse, this house out in the sticks. And where they meet up with a series of different various characters who are also trying to survive, and you work together or try to work together to figure out how you're going to stay alive through the night so that you can get an escape plan for the next day. So what makes this game so cool is that I'm not putting any of the characters from the film Night of the Living Dead into this game. I am creating new characters, all new characters. Some will be definitely inspired by the original characters and have elements very similar to those original characters. But I want to provide, something new here. And so the cool part is, when you play this game, these characters that you have to interact with and you try to survive with, depending on what kind of character you created for yourself, depending on your race, your gender identity, your sexual orientation, your background, and even the things you say and do, every character in this game is going to react to you differently than they would any other person playing the game, any other person's character, because of those factors. Okay, so if one of the characters is racist, he is going to treat you differently if you made a non-white character than if you would have made a white character. Or if they're sexist, or if they have this or that or anything, they think you're cute, this or that, it doesn't matter. Every character in this game is going to react to you in a unique way, all right? Based on the character you've created and the things you say and do in their presence, all right? And how you react to them is going to influence how they react to you, and vice versa. So the entire experience is going to be a drama where you're trying to survive with this group of people who don't necessarily see eye to eye on everything, who have different ideas of how to survive or what to do or how to control the situation. So it's all about that interplay and the politics and the getting along or not getting along. And it's all dependent on all of these dynamics, these relationship dynamics within these characters are all dependent on who you've created as for your character, all right? And so everyone who plays this game is going to have a different experience, okay? And the game takes place in real time for 24 hours. And of course, you can save the game and quit, and you don't have to play it for 24 hours in a row. But so at the end of the 24-hour period, you don't know who's going to still be alive. You don't know what's had happened, because there's a lot of shit that happens in that 24 hours, all right? And so where you start and where you end up is going to be so different for everyone and for yourself every time you replay the game. But yeah, the game does always end at a certain time. Spoiler, I'm not going to tell you the spoilers, but the ending will always be different because it always happens at a different location, at a, different, events are happening at the moment. The characters are reacting differently. And so the cool part is this game it connects to advanced AI. So it is going to be an online only game. So you're not going to be able to play this game offline. You're going to have an internet connection. You're going to have to connect to the internet. And on our end as developers, we're going to have to, connect. The game is going to connect to the servers where the LLM or the large language model, like a GPT, Chat GPT, GPT-4 type large language model and that is going to, facilitate, these characters and their thoughts and their reactions and all that good stuff. And it's still to be determined whether or not we are going to go down the route of utilizing ChatGPT itself and connecting to that through an API, or whether or not we're going to build our own LLMs to facilitate this and just have them on our own servers. We'll see how it pans out. Um, essentially, um, it's going to be amazing. And like I said, you can do anything. I mean, you can do anything in this game. Anything. And there's limited resources, limited ammo, guns, type weapons, all that stuff. And so um, it's going to be a really, really exciting game because it's a whole new genre, pretty much. And even though it is a zombie game, it's something all new. And the whole spirit is to capture, to like really put you inside a zombie movie for the first time and really recreate that experience of being one of the people in Night of the Living Dead. So there's a few different things. That's going to be the core game. We have some DLC that's going to come down the pipeline. There's going to be a randomizing mode where every character in the game that you survive with is completely randomly AI generated. Their appearance, their personality, everything. The house is going to be the house and the yard, the environment. It's all going to be randomly generated. The supplies within the house. So it's still going to take place over that 24-hour period, but every time you play it, all the characters are going to be unique. The layout of the house and the property and all the stuff you interact with is going to be unique. Okay. And so, and then we are going to have an optional roguelike mode where if you die, it's game over. You know, you get bitten once, it's over. You die, it's over. But so this game's going to be rock and roll. It's going to be fucking awesome. You know, it's going to be less of an action game and more just kind of a simulated reality experience here. You know, we're really simulating what it's like to be in a zombie movie, as opposed, it's not going to feel like a video game as much as it's going to feel like you're actually in this experience. And like I said, so much of it is going to be customizable and all through your voice as well. So it's going to be a revolutionary game. So I intend to do a Kickstarter. We're going to do a Kickstarter to fund all of it. And if you're seeing this video, just know one of the reasons I sent it to you could very well be that I want you to be part of the team because I think you have something that you could contribute to this project. So, like I said, it's going to be a great success. It's going to be huge. It's going to redefine the zombie genre when it comes to interactive entertainment. And I think it's going to surpass the experience of some of the greatest zombie films we've ever seen. And as far as I know, it's going to be the first video game adaptation of Night of the Living Dead ever. So let's do this. Get at me. Get back to me with your thoughts on this. It's going to change everything. SpeakThink Technology is going to change everything. And yeah, we're going to use a lot of AI and AI assistance in the development of this game. So while you may have coding experience and game design experience and integrating with APIs and AIs and all this, we are also going to utilize AI as much as we can throughout the entire development process to speed up the development process and to, you know, do it right, you know, do it fast, efficiently, and effectively. Okay. So this is exciting, y'all. Stay tuned. You know, this is going to be we'll get the Kickstarter up and off the ground. And it's going to be something really, really special. Okay, so get ready. Night of the Living Dead.